All right, it's Saturday. What is it, the 4th of January? I think Friday we close. All right, we got immediately a interesting situation. Our AI student driver is going to try to wedge itself in between this Amazon truck. The Amazon truck had to get away from the trash cans that were parked, and our AI student driver handled it perfectly. I mean, I wasn't concerned at all. Either way, January 4th, it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We got Chewbacca, my co-pilot, here, and we're headed to go see Ma. As a Tesla is fast approaching us, we love to see it all day, every day. So yeah, what else we got going on? Friday, good day for both Rivian and Tesla. I guess that's always good to see. We're at the stop sign now, waiting for vehicles to let us go. Our AI student driver takes this opportunity, and we're off to the races, right, Chewbacca? Bet. I think we had a 8+% day for TSLA. Me personally, I look at it every day. It doesn't bother me to do so. But me, when it's up, I definitely am not buying more shares on the way up. When it takes a hit, if it's down 4.5+%, I don't mind buying a couple more shares, because I know it's eventually going to go in the direction that I fully expect it to, which is becoming the most valuable company on the planet. So it doesn't matter if I buy at 135, which I'd say most of my shares, I think I got an average, a dollar cost average of about $200 a share now, after purchasing some shares above the 350 level. And I think I purchased some shares above the 450 level as well. But it doesn't bother me none, right? I just will buy when the stock dips or is having a red day. And when it's up, I enjoy it and I smile. So either I'm buying more shares of Tesla, which I want, or I'm enjoying the ride. That's just my philosophy. I'm not trying to beat the market. The goal is to accumulate as many shares of TSLA as possible before they start accumulating revenue from, instead of hardware sales of cars, accumulating revenue from per mile, dollar per mile. What is it? Euro per mile. Whatever they use over there in China, per mile. Yen per mile. That's what I'm talking about, So I'm looking, a good ways into the future, but the future sneaks up on you if you're not careful. So my goal is to accumulate as many shares as possible and watch the money pile up. Other than that, I see a lot more rooftop solar. I'm an advocate of it. I use it. Tesla Energy is my energy provider. I switched over mainly because I like being a team player. But here in Texas, I was getting like 6 cents per kilowatt, right? To and fro. So they would give me 6 cents if I pushed it back to the grid. And if I took from the grid, it would cost me 6 cents per kilowatt. That was with Chariot Energy. And I had a really good plan with them. It was about, in 2020 when I got that plan, let's just say your boy wasn't paying a lot when it came to his energy bill. But I switched over to Tesla Energy, and it's not nearly as good, right? They've got certain requirements that they've got to meet, which kind of, it really didn't suit me. But the one thing I did want to do was participate in the virtual power plant scenario, which if those are more frequent, it is no doubt better than anything you could possibly do. Every time there's a VPP event, I make oodles. And then sometimes, because of the way they've got the energy monitoring system, sometimes here in Southeast Texas, energy can become incredibly expensive. And in real time, I can see from my app, Tesla, regulating my power walls and my energy, right? We got this yellow light, we came up, there was a vehicle that was crossing, made sense for us to stop. But it is just fascinating to watch it in real time. We have 3 power walls at the house, so we always have a nice excess of energy, but we still be drawn from the grid, in my opinion, unnecessarily. But with Tesla Energy as my energy provider, I'm having more energy bills than I did when I had Chariot Energy, which is fine because I'm a team player. But it was obvious that 6 cents a kilowatt to and fro, running the power walls non-stop, offered me a better financial energy situation, if we take away the VPP events. With the VPP and, being able to utilize those 3 power walls to make money when, let's just say it's at $5 a kilowatt, but those events aren't making up for the consistency of 6 cents per kilowatt no matter what. So, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that hit because I'm a team player. There's so many ways you can take advantage of it, and there's some other things that the Tesla Energy people provide, like you can have night charging for $5 a month or something like that. So you have unlimited night charging for this standard monthly fee. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I might look into that and see what we got. Maybe that'll help my energy bills a bit. Because as of right now, I guess if you could charge all night, every night, that probably would make a big difference. So I'm gonna look into that and then report back. But I got so used to just my power walls not only powering my vehicles, but my house all the time. So when Tesla Energy doesn't do that, it kind of, it's not crazy terrible, but I know what my house can and can't do. I just wish I had control of the power walls and still be able to use the VPP. Like, let me sign something, let me know that, even at these rates, if I could control the power walls, I would love it. I would be just fine. Matter of fact, I think I would be more fine than not. So, I mean, that's just me. Maybe I'm overestimating my abilities, but so far so good. I haven't really thought about the task of driving. I'm just supervising, making sure my spidey sense doesn't go off. I think the Amazon truck was the closest thing to me being mildly concerned, but everything else, I'm not even really, there's no early warning, no human early warning system that has made me go, oh no. And with that same token, I haven't seen any real bad drivers either to give me pause. So I'll tend to look for one good thing that FSD does per drive that makes me go, okay. And then I'll look for bad drivers that are human, doing human-like things that cost 40,000 plus deaths on U.S. highways. And those would be my bad. And there's always something ugly that I, in good conscience, I need to report it, right? The software is not perfect, and I think people need to see it not being perfect, and I think our AI team at Tesla is doing a fabulous job. But obviously some of these bigger accounts, Dirty Tesla, Homar's Blog, AI Driver, they, you get to see 100% of what they're doing. And I know the team is tuning in because half the world, well, that's a bit much. Let's just say the entire Tesla community, for the most part, is tuning in just to see what these vehicles can and can't do. That sounds about better. You know, a lot of the Tesla community is tuning in. And a lot of customers, a lot of consumers of the product, like myself, wanting to know is this viable for me? And that's why I do this here in Southeast Texas. You got JC and some of you other guys, you know, in the Texas region doing your thing. You know, and I appreciate all individuals that do their FSD videos, because there's something to glean in every region and every vehicle, right? As we start to branch out with, I really believe Rivian should license FSD. It would set them apart from all these other EVs, and you know, Tesla can't do it all by themselves, right? At the most, they probably can make a fifth of the world's vehicular transport at any one given time, and that's more than any other car maker that does it right now. So, you know, and that's pie in the sky type things. That's well into the future. So we're gonna need other auto manufacturers building at least EVs, right? In an ideal world, they would build both EVs and AVs to get all these other vehicles off the road that aren't safe and that are killing our planet, essentially, right? Because once you have autonomous vehicles, this thing will be in use a whole lot. All right, we got a yellow light. Our vehicle decided to stop. I believe the vehicle behind us knows that they do, and we're good to go. It wasn't alarming. I think Chewbacca might have got a little tug from the seatbelt there, but no harm, no foul. I kind of fully expected it to come to that kind of stop, and everybody's safe, right, buddy? You bet. So yeah, looking into the future where everybody's licensing, because FSD is, you know, if anybody tells you otherwise, they obviously have not experienced FSD. But this is insane. There's no other manufacturer allowing you to do this with a car you've purchased yourself. That's the level of confidence, right? Waymo, anybody else, you're not getting this type of assistant when it comes to driving. And that's what it is. I'm supervising it, making sure it doesn't do anything stupid. But there's gonna come a time where I no longer need to supervise. Any interaction for me would cause more of a hassle than me just letting it do what it's supposed to do. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we want. I think we're a couple of weeks away. We're going to be able to take the paper plate off the back and put our own plates on there. That'll be fun. We'll probably do more things on tollways for sure. But you know, we're gonna go see Mom. We're gonna use this vehicle. All right. I'm gonna try to catch the Model X. I'm gonna try to catch Panda and Miles. And we'll switch out the tires as necessary. You know, do the maintenance as necessary. It's just going to be oodles more efficient than if I had an internal combustion engine. And once this thing becomes autonomous, I mean, it's you gotta weigh obviously the maintenance requirements, but the potential earning power of a vehicle that does not need a driver, yeah, that boggles the mind. I believe my co-pilot just passed gas. Not strong enough for me to engage biodefense. I don't even know. Do I have biodefense mode on this? I don't see it. Oh man, that might be a Model X thing. All right, so we don't got biodefense mode in the Model 3, as far as I can tell. One of the perks of one of the luxury vehicles, I'd imagine. We're just gonna breathe this stale air now. as far as it goes for me, I think I'm gonna have to pass on the bottle for a while. Go into boat mode, at least when it comes to consuming alcohol. I just need to try to get the body into some kind of fighting shape. We got a potential trip to Japan. It's a long-ass flight. As we merge onto I-10, I probably should be paying just a little bit more attention to the traffic around me. But our AI student driver is handling this with remarkable skill. But anyway, we're gonna restrict our caloric intake, something fierce, and then increase our activity, hoping that by the time this potential trip rolls around, your boy will be in tip-top shape as much as he possibly can be. But I'm kind of looking forward to temporarily leaving America behind and enjoying some of the finer things that Japan has to offer. But we'll see. I mean, it's all potential. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're gonna be on the road a lot more, putting miles on this vehicle, and hopefully receiving many FSD software update. I love me some standard setting, right? But I think in the space we were talking about all the different profiles, many people like hurry mode, but I found a special place for standard setting. We don't really clog up the lane over there in the fast lane, and if we were in the fast lane, I have a feeling our vehicle would be trying to go around 78 miles an hour. Not saying that this isn't going to go fast, it's just, I think it's more of a keep up with the flow of traffic situation, and in this lane is perfect, right? The expectations for your ability to speed, perfect, as opposed to being in the far left lane, at least here in the great state of Texas. I imagine pretty much everywhere. Kind of excited to see FSD expand and grow into international markets. Like, that's going to be an exciting time. With this earnings call, there's so many things that can happen before the earnings call, but definitely looking forward to that. And I fully believe this is the year of unsupervised. All they're doing is calculating miles, shoring up some of the interventions that they already, I mean, they're probably getting data like in gobs. So they know where the trouble areas are. They see the videos. More and more videos are just running on the internet because of people finding this phenomenon fascinating. It won't be long now before everyone no longer has to be burdened by the task of driving. Unless you absolutely need to, you got the need for speed and you need to go to a track and use a vehicle, right? By all means. But the rest of society will be able to move places faster, safer. And while you're in transit, you'll be able to do so much more. I can't wait. This is truly remarkable. And then many of our drivers, they're not even aware that this vehicle has made every single maneuver since I got out of the garage. Every single maneuver has been handled by the robot. Well, a lot of guys are talking about, yeah, I'll see unsupervised by 2020. You obviously haven't been using your car. You know, am I comfortable enough to get in my back seat? I'm comfortable enough to know that it won't harm me. I don't fear for my life in the back seat. The only real thing is, will it cause an accident outside of its purview? Like, if it gets stuck somewhere, it definitely could have a potential of a human misreading its intentions. So that's my only real concern, is in that rare case that our AI student driver comes across something that's just unfamiliar, probably human error induced. What is its response to the unpredictable? You know, it doesn't happen often, but there will be certain scenarios that are just like, didn't expect that. So, how it responds and reacts to impromptu obstacles and hurdles, that's what's going to allow this to become mainstream and more comfort. But I never fear for my life. I don't think it's gonna, you know, even curbs now. Version 13, I don't even think it hits curbs. Like it, the detection of potholes and elevation seems to be remarkable with this minor version of 13. Remember, they're only using a 3x bigger model than what was on 12. And I think they've got room, they said they had room for 8x bigger. So we still got a whole another 5x to go. You know, some of those numbers might be a little off, but I think you get my drift. They still haven't utilized the maximum effort from AI4 chips. And they've already started designing AI5, planning to put those in our cyber cabs more than likely initially, but then they're going to spread to the entire fleet. So there's some pretty interesting things ahead for Tesla in 2025, and we haven't even really had an Optimus update since 10.10, and we know that space is moving rapidly. Just see the competitors, let's call them that. The competitors in the space are moving quickly too, but I think that's what you need, right? The more competition in the space, the better Optimus will be. And I don't know, hands down, when you're talking about real world AI, being able to operate in this 3D world of ours, Tesla's already doing it with vehicles. That guy looks like he is not driving. I love seeing shit like that. It's a brand new Tesla Model 3 like mine. I don't know if it's performance. I can't see the badge from here because my eyes are terrible. But it's almost like a carbon copy of Stygian 2.0 over there. You know, and it didn't look like he had his hands on the wheel. Like, it looked like he looked like me, just chilling in the seat. So I love seeing that first and foremost. Our vehicle just took us to mom's house. We're not there yet. I mean, the last 100 feet is always something to behold. You know, I think that's one of the bigger challenges that our AI student driver has. But, you know, back when it was version 11, there were so many challenges where you know, if we were back in 2022, coming into 2023, and people were like, yeah, I don't see it, it's not that close, I get it then. There was interventions like crazy. But now, the smoothness of this ride, the efficiency, the lack of interventions, the lack of concern, every time somebody's like, yeah, it's not even close, I just laugh. Like, and I'd be like, I need to go find the buy button again. Because it's ridiculous to me that people don't think that we're close. Is it there yet? No. But to say we're not close, what are you waiting for? What are you looking for? I don't get it. So every time Tesla's down, your boy's going to hit the buy button. When it's up, just gonna enjoy the ride. All right, so we got some construction here. We got a road closure. Let's see how our AI student driver handles this. Technically, it's going to be driving on the wrong side of the road, almost as if it was in a country like Japan, right? It's able to interpret that this now is the right-hand side of the road despite driving on the left-hand side. So that's a pretty good conversation when you're talking about right-hand drive. Will FSD be able to navigate roads in different regions that have different rules? And long answer short, of course. If it's able to understand that it can't drive over there, and it's using impromptu road markings to behave properly with little to no concern, of course you'll be able to drop it in any region. And it imitates one of the best drivers that you have in that area, right? All it's gonna take is more training data. That's it. Yeah. As we approach, we're just gonna hang out with my keeper company, and you know, we might get some video on the way back. We'll see what the cameras dictate. But for now, I mean, we got a gated community here. Technically, we didn't put in mom's address. I mean, this is the apartment, right? So we're gonna take over, and it would have pulled us over right there. All right, we just visited Ma. Ma needs to go to CVS though, because I guess Amazon ain't giving her medications yet. So we're gonna go to CVS, I think somewhere off of Richmond, and we're gonna have our AI student driver do it. Hopefully. So we're inside the Fuse Box Apartments, I think is what it's called, Ma. The Fuse.
The Fuse.
All right. So
sit down.
Chewbacca is also with us. I probably should have put him in the back seat because he is unruly. Looking. So he also liked to, you know, travel in the seat, but she's trying to hold him instead of him being strapped down. We might put him in the back seat on the way back.
Yeah, but he's doing okay.
Yeah, Chewbacca's not bad. So our AI student driver is traversing this apartment parking lot pretty slowly. Like it is cautious, very cautious. I wouldn't say it's not stopping. You know, it's not doing anything terrible.
It's going with the mom says she goes.
Is it? What's the miles per hour here? It says 20, it says 25 here.
Not in this parking lot. I don't know.
I don't know either. But it is super cautious. Like, I think it probably could move faster in this parking lot, but it is navigating it about as good as any human could, I'd imagine. Being super safe. Kids could dart in and out of here at any given time. Well, how much? We got 22 minutes before the CVS? Yeah, he's behaving.
Yes, you have 20, almost close to Joe Yoshi's job, a little bit past.
Now, do you think our vehicle is going to hit this gate?
No. Oh,
you think the gate is going to open, knowing our vehicle?
Go up a little closer.
You think it needs to go up a little closer?
Yes.
Man. So we are going to give it a little bit of the accelerator just to maybe get the sensor for the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So we gave it a little bit of the accelerator, just a little bit of a hitch. I think our AI student driver is being super safe so that it doesn't hit the gate, but it didn't get close enough to where it tripped the sensor. So now, it's good. The gate's open. What's our AI student driver do now? It's trying to proceed, maybe? Come on. Object detected in path. It at least told us. It still thinks that the object's there, so it did not do very well with the gate.
See it, Chewy.
But
maybe it's that line thing.
It's possible. It detected an object in its path, and it needed us to help it proceed. It was clear, but you know, I guess every gate's going to be a little bit different, every design. Something for the AI team to work with. So, Ma, this isn't your first time using the software.
No.
What do you think? That it's able to handle this construction?
Oh yeah, I've seen it handle it before. In the white one.
Oh, and the Model X
and the Model X
and Panda. But this is your first time here in Stidgen, the Model 3.
This is a Model 3?
Yeah, this is the Model 3.
So you're probably gonna go back. See?
Oh, I guess the goal would be to allow this thing, when it's unsupervised, to handle your driving. You wouldn't have to drive at all. Is that something you'd be into?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Couple Teslas right there.
I see. I don't like those colors.
You don't like the reds?
No. Or the blues. I've seen them. The white, the black. I ain't never seen a gray one. Did we see a gray one? Yeah.
I think we have, but they've got two different colors, right? They got the Quicksilver and the Stealth Gray.
No.
I think I'm more of a fan of that Quicksilver.
Okay. But it's all good because they do good. They really do.
Look at Chewbacca. He just needs to be touched by everyone. Have you eaten? You want to go grab something to eat?
I haven't eaten though. My sugar's been really off. But what you want to eat?
I'm not eating.
I ain't either then.
Okay then.
Maybe on the way
No,
back.
I gotta restrict some of my calories.
Yeah, but what's starting before you go to Japan?
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the plan. You know.
Chewy do shed. Look,
What do you mean? Look,
his hairs be flying.
you pulling it.
No, I'm rubbing it. Look at that. You see them hairs? I'm just rubbing it.
He don't shed to the point where it's like crazy.
All right, Chewy. Your thing is. Let's see what we're going here. I wonder if it's gonna take you all the way down to Richmond Avenue.
Do you think it's gonna do it?
I don't know. Are you going to get on? Oh, excuse me, you getting on the freeway?
A little bit. As long as I have it on avoid tolls and avoid HOV lanes. But I've never been, you know, this is the first time I've input this CVS in the navigation. I've never, you know, used FSD to get me there. But I've high rate of confidence that we're going to be able to get there. Is that on the inside?
No, it looked like it's on the outside. Can't stand their gnats.
Yeah, they'd be everywhere.
It's a lot of traffic, huh?
Well, I mean, it's 2 o'clock on a Saturday. You know, people, I don't know. It's Houston.
Your tags are still on here? Yeah.
Well, we haven't.
Got the license plate?
Yeah, we got the. I think she put a little folder in here or something.
Oh, okay.
I hope there's a folder in there somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. And I expect to get the plates in the mail in the next couple of weeks or so.
Okay.
You know, last time Tesla had missed one of the paperwork, so we had to. It took us a long time to get, you know, the registration with the new plates. Hopefully it feels like everything was smooth this time around, so I'm not too terribly concerned.
No, Chewy. gonna take us on the freeway. Hey. It's just cruising along, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, from what I gather, I'm not a good driver. I'll be the first to admit it. But this thing does everything that I would be thinking to do, except it handles it, right? The execution of the maneuvers are just better than anything I would do.
So you think in the future there'll be less accidents with?
Oh yeah. Right now we got about 40,000 plus deaths on U.S. highways every year.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number. And with this, I don't expect to see, I mean, right now it's slowing down because of whatever's happening in front of this van, but it's able to recognize the trajectory of both of those vehicles and keep us safe follow distance while monitoring the vehicle behind us and seeing how fast it's going, right? So it's being able to manage both of those things simultaneously, whereas we've got dogs in our lap, we got phones and, you know, all kinds of distractions. This thing never gets distracted, never gets tired, never gets inebriated. So, yeah, I think there'll be a significantly less amount of accidents, which will lead to less deaths, less injury.
Okay. Even though some people still drive like they're crazy.
And that's the thing, is our AI student driver responds to those crazy people. Like, if something is trying to hit me, it will get out of the way if it makes sense.
Okay.
Right? It's not going to get out of the way and hit this car, but if that lane is free, and say that truck wanted to like get in that lane and try to hit us, we would avoid it.
He would go over?
It would avoid it if it's possible. Like, and it's calculating all the different, you know, scenarios, essentially, right? It's all of what you see here, that's what it sees. And it sees way more than that. But that's what it's showing us that it sees. That car's coming up on us pretty quickly. You know, it's calculating where it intends to go. Look at it, moving over into the left lane. It's seeing all of that.
So those noises like that, you know, revving up a car, they don't distract anything from you?
Oh no. Matter of fact, Tesla had just sent us whether or not it's okay for our vehicle to listen, right? So what it's listening for is emergency vehicles. Like if an ambulance were coming, lights on, visually it'll notice the lights, and now with the audio, it'll give it more data to understand what it needs to do to make room for that emergency vehicle.
You see what that car just did?
Exactly. Cars behaving erratically. Just erratically for no reason. Look at it. It's crazy. Look at it.
I see.
That is, in 10 years, that's done. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's risking another vehicle.
But you know what? Then they make it safer for the drunker people to drive, for the cars driving.
In the previous versions, it would normally miss this Willcrest exit. For anybody that is watching that's a long-time viewer of my channel, when I go to pick up Yosh, it normally takes this Willcrest exit. It was like 30% accurate. Like, normally it would miss that, isn't it? This time, this is like the first time I've taken Willcrest on version 13. It did it absolutely perfect. It got in the lane immediately and knew exactly what to do. So that's a big moment for me right there. Because I've seen this for almost 2 years now. It was shitty, Ma. It was terrible. And now I'd say it's really, really close to being a solution.
So what does that do for people that drink and drive?
Oh, you know me.
Does that give the people opportunity to drink and then say, hey, take me home?
Exactly. So when it becomes an unsupervised software, where I could, you know, they're telling me that the car's going to drive and I don't have to do nothing, I could literally get in the back seat. And Tesla's going to take, you know, your insurance provider, typically Tesla, right? They're going to take liability, essentially. There's going to be a point, like, because the car, even like there are driverless cars in the world right now. You ever heard of Waymo? Waymo. That is a driverless software, basically backed by, I want to say, Google. Waymo. So basically, in Austin, they're going to start having driverless cars that you could have a taxi, but they've got all these sensors on the car, like LiDAR and radar. They're using a bunch of different sensors that this car is not. And but they're able to collect fares. I think they got like almost 1,000 cars now, if not more than 1,000 cars. But it's only in like 5 cities.
No, Chewy.
So, but that's the plan, is to eventually have Tesla where you could get in the back and you could charge people for rides. That's the goal. And if I'm drinking, I would call my car to come pick me up, get in the back seat, watch a movie or something, or, you know, have a nightcap.
Till you get home.
Exactly. The laws are just going to change when you have no need for a driver. You know, we'll be able to get to places faster. Look at this yellow light.
I see that.
You know, you would expect a robot to just stop, hit the brake so hard.
It's a caution light, though.
Exactly. And that's what a human would do. It would still proceed through that yellow light and not send Chewy flying through the dashboard.
Okay.
And every time I use it, like, I don't even drive anymore, Mom. Like, it's almost to the point where I could get in the back seat, but there is times, especially when you get to the last 100 feet. When we get to this CVS, you're going to see what I mean. It's almost, that's like the worst part, is knowing where the destination is and where it should drop you off. That's my experience anyway. But everything else in between, I got from my garage to your apartment with no problems. None. All that construction by your apartment and everything?
Yeah.
Nothing. There was an Amazon truck in the middle of the road. It got around it perfectly.
Okay.
But, you know, I think they're going to start giving unsupervised rides. Where, because if I'm not looking right, like say if I'm looking to the left of the lot, the system will notice and tell me to pay attention.
Okay.
So the cabin camera in here is telling me if I got to make sure that nothing bad is happening. Eventually they're going to turn that cabin camera off and be like, don't worry about it, we got it. And I say maybe sometime by my, birthday, sometime, maybe in the middle of the year, we'll see unsupervised rides in Texas. Maybe in the Austin area.
Oh, okay. Really?
I think so. It's going to be a big moment. We'll see how fast that the AI team can progress. Like I said, it still has some problems. They gotta fix those problems.
But see, if it was just me driving, I would have went straight down Highway 6 to West High and then turned on West High.
Yeah, but this is following the navigation, which has
because sometimes
presets.
You can have 3 different ways to go.
Exactly. So if, like in the navigation, I always choose the fastest way to get there.
Oh, okay.
So if I want to take the shortest route by miles, I could easily set that up in the navigation.
Oh.
But since I choose the fastest route, our AI student driver in the system, they're calculating, always updating the navigation, determining where traffic is, where there's, large pools of traffic, and try to avoid it. Because I want the fastest route, not the shortest route.
Gotcha. So far, so good.
Yeah, I'm actually more shocked when there is something wrong now. more shockment if something goes awry. It doesn't even matter the weather. You know, me personally, if it's raining, I don't like to drive. What about you?
No, I don't.
But when I have this engaged, I feel safer than if I were driving. 100%.
Okay. I can see that though.
Yeah.
I do.
Heavy rain, there was one time, it wasn't on version 13, but like on the previous version, Yoshi and I were coming back from like the Japanese embassy.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got sirens. Where are the sirens? Emergency vehicle to our left.
Mm-hmm. So it detects all of that.
That's the, like, it's seeing, that's what it's seeing. So it's not identifying it necessarily as an emergency vehicle. It looked like a stretch limousine, right? But it's identifying it as a moving object on the road. The goal is to determine it as an emergency vehicle, like this bus up here. You see it on the visualization?
Yeah.
School buses are a major thing because they have those stop signs and you're not supposed to go past them. So there's some of these rules that our AI student driver gets right, I'd say a majority of the time. There's these once or twice scenarios where it gets it wrong. And the goal is to never make a mistake, especially when it comes to emergency vehicles, school buses, school zones, right? And so it's driving and following the rules, but is it like it's reading that sign saying its speed limit is 35, but is it reading that sign where it says road work ahead?
Is it?
I don't know. That's the question. Left lane closed ahead. Is it reading that and understanding that this left lane is closed ahead? Right?
Okay.
What is it actually reading? But if you've seen it operate in construction zones, it knows kind of what to do. So our...
You want me to see your mommy?
He would love it, but I don't think she would.
Julie, what you doing up here? Where her car is?
Somewhere over there. Did you read about the you read about New Orleans, right? We know that one. And you saw the Cybertruck, right?
He committed suicide.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Military guy.
I know.
What do you think?
And he purposely blew that truck up.
Yeah.
He blew it up.
You know that truck was still intact?
Like inside?
Well, all the windows, nothing blew out.
Come on. Don't tell me that. You have to show me that.
Oh man, because the fireworks were in the back of the truck. It was in the trunk, like the truck bed.
But oh my God.
So the tires were functional. The battery, nothing wrong with the battery. The truck, you could if you fix the outside where it kind of melted a little bit, right? But the interior of the frame, it was perfect.
Explosives in there? Because what he had in there?
He had probably some incendiary rounds and gas and cans of gasoline.
Oh, okay.
But even still, that truck, they could fix that truck and have it on the road probably within the next month.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want it.
It's probably got bad juju.
Well, that and I mean,
but he tried to use it as a car bomb.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And then the truck contained it. Like, it exploded, but if it was that truck, that would have been a whole lot different.
Stuff would have been everywhere.
The truck would have been shrapnel. That truck would have flew off and hit every... But instead, the Cybertruck contained it.
Right
boom! And you saw the fireworks, but it contained the explosion, and no part of the Cybertruck flew off.
No, I know it didn't. No, it didn't.
Yeah, it just was... I mean, I was amazed. Because when you saw the after, you're like, man, that truck still looks like it could move.
Yeah. And you're right. You're right.
I wouldn't, if you're trying to use it as a car bomb, I wouldn't pick the Cybertruck. It doesn't look like it's ready to explode. Car bombs are bad, okay?
Yeah.
Just let everybody know.
Normal car just driving right here, it would have blew it all to pieces.
Yeah, it'd have been a whole lot more casualties.
So just turning over there. Okay.
How's the ride been? Has it been smooth?
Very smooth. I don't even flinch or nothing, because I trust it. I do. I really trust it.
Like somebody up there didn't go. Somebody honking at him because he's not paying attention to this light. Things like that go away. The time, all that goes away.
Well, it didn't do a U-turn for you for the CVS.
What do you mean? It needed to do a U-turn?
You know, you could have U-turned and went that way.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
But it didn't do it, so it came the right way like it was supposed to.
I guess it could have done it, but I think this is probably the best one. That was Tesla right there. I mean, I'm seeing a whole lot more of them here in the Houston area.
Oh, yeah.
Like ridiculous amounts.
I want to do theirs, do the same.
All of them.
All of them do it?
Every Tesla you see has this capability. The older ones, their software is a little bit different, but that's one of the new. That's the performance version of mine.
Is it?
That's the performance. That thing goes 0 to 60 in I think 3 seconds.
That's a sports one?
Yeah. I've got the regular degular. Because I'm just letting the car drive itself.
Oh, okay. Now that scared me, but
the car did exactly what it was supposed to do.
So what will it do now? Just park?
Hopefully it parks. That's the goal. I'm trying to see if it parks.
Is it backing up to park?
I don't know. No. See, it's designed for maybe a ride hail. Okay. Right? Imagine if I wasn't here. It would let you out, and once you got out,
then it would
go somewhere.
Okay,
that's the goal.
So you can't make it park or whatever.
I could have parked it, but it was easier for me to just pull in right here. So,
I know what.
What?
I can take some Popeye's chicken home.
All right.
It's one on West Time. It's one on West Time.
You want Popeyes?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Take me to Popeyes.
Something that I can eat on that.
Which one?
The one on West Time, or I don't know where they at. I know one on West Time. That's it.
You want A? You want one closer to your house?
That'll be on Clay Road, probably.
Let's go to F.
What's F?
That's the Popeye's chicken over there.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're gonna go stop at Popeye's real quick.
I forgot that's on Memorial Drive. Okay.
Yeah. Mom's got her medicines. Probably need some food to take with those medicines. Let's make it happen, Captain. Let's see. Now we're in a weird situation here, but our AI student driver is trying to figure it out.
So it's gonna stop.
Looks like it found its exit it wants to take. We're gonna let it do its thing. So we're headed to Popeyes, and we'll get Ma some food.
No, sit.
And then we're gonna go watch some TV, maybe at the crib. I don't know. We're gonna relax. There's some football games going on. Maybe I can convince Ma to let me watch some games. But we'll see.
But I have different TV than you.
Yeah, I know. We're just spending time, so we don't get to watch it. I mean, I could watch it in the car.
Okay.
But that's not the purpose. You ever thought about using Amazon for your meds?
No.
No, you don't?
Well, because I don't want them stolen or something if they come and I'm not at home.
You worried about them being taken?
Yes.
I see.
I just need to probably switch from this address to one closer to the house.
That's something I really didn't think about. It's like the medicines, if they get stolen.
Yeah, you don't know.
That is the ripples of that go deep from not only, the hospital and the pharmaceutical aspect, from the patient aspect, how fast could you get a refill?
Exactly.
If someone steals your pills.
And how you have to prove it, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, I imagine they wouldn't want somebody to be like, yep, they were stolen. I'll take some more of those opioids, please. Yep, those were stolen, too.
Yep. What? Now, come on.
Right. So I imagine this, I don't know. That seems like that would be a difficult thing to regulate.
Because people, they take your stuff out, you know, they take your packages most of the time. Or they end up in the wrong...
On the wrong doorstep.
Exactly. And we get a lot of that over there. Because the managers be like, if you have a package for such and such, please turn it in, and, you know.
Knowing that package ain't gonna...
Yeah. No, I'd rather...
Just pick it up naturally, huh?
Yeah, and I'm sure it will be better, but I don't trust it yet.
It'd be convenient. No, that's a good point. I really didn't think about it like that. I'd love to hear the bull argument about lost packages from Amazon. I would love to hear that.
And like I say, people, they take stuff. And if it comes during the day while I'm at work, I want to make sure my medicine will be there when I get the door, or when I get home.
Yeah, because I use Amazon. I got a recurring subscription for coffee. And, you know, I guess people could steal that coffee, but it's not life or death.
They don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's not life or death.
But I'm just saying, it's just the idea of them taking your stuff.
Yeah. It's got your address on it, and now they know your ailments, your name. It's a bit of a target. Yeah, I can see that being a problem.
Hi, Yoshi. But yeah, I don't too much trust that shit.
That's fair. But you trust this?
Oh yeah, I trust this Tesla. I'm at ease right now, so yes.
I trust it too.
Because it watches the front, the back, and the sides as well.
You look at that right there, you can see exactly what it's seeing.
I like the view of it, the view of how it opens up to the the road, what's coming, what's going, even the red lights, you know. It's just that they turn red on you. Yeah. And green, and
hits it every time.
I just love it because it just looks so real right here. And you see all the cars going by. So if you was to witness an accident, would this catch it?
It's always recording. So if I could flag any clip that I want. I used to do the Tesla Sunday Groove. Whenever I seen a Tesla, I would clip it and then patchwork that stuff together to music. I kind of stopped doing that.
Going this way?
Because this is what the navigation tells us to do. Where would you go straight?
Well, I would have went straight to Memorial Drive. Because Memorial Drive is right up there before you cross over. At the light, it's like, well, I don't know how to say it.
It takes us this way mainly because it's the fastest way to go. When you're talking about lights, it's talking about traffic. It's choosing this route particularly, because that's one of Yoshi's biggest problems. 10
minutes away?
Basically.
I want to see this pop out. I've never been this way to go to Memorial Drive. No. Oh, I get it.
You get it, huh?
When you come up to Memorial, it's going to go
exactly.
Okay. All right.
So it's choosing this path because the path of least resistance, and it should get us there relatively quickly, despite the various different lights and whatnot.
Okay.
In the future, it handles construction zones pretty good. But sometimes it doesn't handle stoplights when they're out.
See, like she in that FedEx truck looking down. No, she's looking at the phone.
Yeah, the distraction of drivers. That's what affords me. Now that I'm not focused on driving, I'm focused on looking at everybody else and what they're doing.
Yeah.
But like, say if this light was out, right? And it was blinking or it was off altogether. Sometimes this thing has trouble with that, but in the future it'll be able to avoid these situations altogether. Because once my car sees that this light's out, it would be able to relay that to other Teslas.
Okay.
And it'd be all like kind of interconnected. So if this sees an accident, a pileup on I-10, it could communicate that to other vehicles, kind of like a Waze situation, and then other vehicles on FSD, they'd be like, all right, we'll avoid that at all costs, so that we can, you know, get our passengers to the right spot.
Oh, okay.
Chewy, you okay, bro? You all right? Good. All right, get on over there.
Oh, they changed this Walgreens to. Oh, that's a Dollar General now. I ain't been on this side in a minute.
I didn't know Dollar General had food.
They do.
That's a market.
Yeah, they have food.
I did not know that at all.
People going there to grocery shop again.
I guarantee you, Yoshi ain't going to that mall.
Only reason about Briar Forest Road is so raggedy. You see that.
It's tough out here.
It handles it so well. If that'd have been my car, you'd have swear something fell off of it. I'm like, oh my God. I think that's what tore my car up.
The road, huh?
Yeah, when I first started moving over this way. Because I used to use Briar Forest. And I really do believe.
Yeah, Yoshi, she be concerned. She be like, why is it hitting everything? I was like, because everything's everywhere. There's no way I could drive left.
See that?
Right. Yeah.
That probably made me lose control and hit the side of this brick wall over here. I'm serious, Jacob.
Yeah, this road is jacked, to say the least. It's jacked.
This is horrible.
But again, our ass student driver is handling it safely, as safely as it could be. That was like a roller coaster ride just now, making sure we're looking pretty decent in here. But I don't know. To me, I don't even really feel like concerned. Like that's
see that I couldn't tell you call.
Yeah.
Haven't been this way in a while.
Could have went to this CVS.
No, my medicine's
I
at
know,
one
that's what I'm
address.
saying. But this seems closer.
No, I think it's one in off of Clay Road. That's probably would be closer for me to switch addresses.
I need to wash my car. It just seemed like it was gonna rain, so I never really thought about it.
Well, your car's always in the garage.
Yeah, but look at it. It's got little spots here and there. It needs to be washed. Mama, can you get them from in front of that thing right there?
This?
Yeah. Thank you, Mom. That's what the people like to watch. They like to see that monitor.
Lay down, baby. Lay down. That's old shit. They been over here. Oh. No. All right. That's Grandma's talking. And truly, he don't get car sick, do we?
As far as I can tell, he's been pretty decent in the car. Like even long trips, he feels He's a good car buddy. Good car buddy.
Oh, I see where we are. Ooh, this road. Let me see what it. I knew.
Memorial.
Yeah. But if we'd have went the way we went
Mm-hmm.
to CVS, we'd have been right there instead of having to come to this. I don't know. Your car knows.
I just let the car do its thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I'll forget how to drive.
I just like the way it showed the pictures. It's so real. You know? Like, where is this at? Over here?
It's turning right, so it's the
It's over
right
here.
repeater, yeah.
Oh, I see it. It's behind us.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the right repeater.
Oh,
We'll put it anywhere.
okay. And what made you get into Teslas?
Well, in 2016, I was thinking about a hybrid, right? I picked up the Sonata. I didn't want to fully.
You did the Sonata.
I wanted more gas mileage, essentially. I don't drive a lot, but I don't like stopping either.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the Sonata, and after the Sonata, and I got used to not going to gas stations, I was like, is there a fully electric version of this?
Of the Sonata?
Yeah, I was thinking that, and then I was like, who does electric vehicles the best? Because I wasn't really familiar with Tesla back in 2019 or so. And so I did some research, and I saw a bunch of Super Bowl commercials. They were talking about EVs, but none of them were Teslas. And I was like, oh, wow, why don't they advertise? And they do it the best. And so the Galleria has a freaking showroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in there half expecting them to, try to upsell me on the car. And that guy was like, you can order it here if you like. He wasn't very, are we going to go through the drive-thru?
Let's see what it.
It's just going to drop us off here. Uh-oh.
You think it senses the drive-through?
Oh, I would be shocked if it did.
Let me see. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's a little far to be in the drive-thru.
No. Look at it.
Holy smokes.
It did it, Jacob. Stop.
You gotta order. What are you gonna get though? That's the goal. We've got our Popeyes. It got us to the drive-thru, honestly. It's
and
kind
it's
of
coming out even when those cars are coming.
Yeah. It definitely it does it better than I ever could.
Why are we going this way?
Because that's where it says for us to go.
Oh, okay. So it's 9 minutes away. I'm learning something here in different ways. It is. It's different ways. I want to see what street is this.
All right, so we got an unprotected left.
Mm-hmm.
We handled it pretty good.
I want to see.
All right, could you get them out of the thing? There we go.
All right. Lay down, baby. Lay down. Chewy, you have to stay here, but you can look out the window. There you go.
All right, so we got speed bumps coming up. That's a little bit different. Whoop, whoop. Handled the speed bumps okay. Reduce the speed.
Yes.
We got a school zone here, but it's not technically a school zone. All right, because there's no school.
Yeah, but how would they sense that?
Exactly. Typically, the school zones with the lights, it does a lot better than the school zones without the lights.
Oh, this is different.
I don't know how it's going to. It typically will just keep up with the flow of traffic, right? So if other cars are going in the speed limit of a school zone, I think our vehicle will mimic those other vehicles. When it's not a school zone or when there's no cars around, it might just revert back to the normal speed limit instead of the school zone speed limit, which kind of works, but it's not like 100%. So we
Okay.
just had a 4-way stop. Our vehicle went on time, did what it was supposed to do.
Yes. Okay, so what if your car is in 4-way and it detects that a car just run a stop sign?
It'll hopefully put itself back in the
And,
queue
like-
and then proceed when it's safe.
Okay.
Because there are some times where humans don't go when they're supposed to go. And so our AI student driver has to determine, is it safe for me to go, even though it's not my turn?
Mhm.
Like if they just sit at the light or sit at the stop sign and they're like, go, you know, and our car will move based on the other vehicle's anticipation.
Oh my God, look at that.
Right on red?
So it noticed nothing was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's truly remarkable. Like, and unless you know, we let Chris experience it, and he was just quiet,
I know.
thinking, like, holy smokes. Like, I could hear his brain thinking. Like, he couldn't believe it.
I know. And I think he was really fascinated by it as well. And if he could afford it, I think he would get one.
Well, I think it's a little more affordable than a lot of people would like to think. Like, this car costs $37,000. That's not, I mean, it's expensive. Look, don't get me wrong, especially if you're like, I'm only going to spend $20,000. That's how much my Sonata cost.
What? 20,000?
It was a $22,000 Hyundai Sonata at the time, hybrid. And it cost me $24,000.
Okay.
And that was the most expensive car I'd ever bought. Because normally the Equinox, I think it cost $15,000 or something.
Was
like
that the gold truck?
Yeah, it was the gold SUV. And and then Yosha's Honda CRV.
She had a Honda?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she did.
She had that Honda, you remember?
Yeah.
That cost her $28,000.
Dang.
So for an extra $10,000, she could get this car. And
but at the time, she didn't know, huh?
well, I had my Model 3, and her Model Y cost $50,000. So that was a huge step up. This is much cheaper than her Y. So I'm not saying these things are cheap, but they're more affordable. Like when I asked Chris, he was like, how much does this thing cost? $100,000? And I was like, yes, this one cost $100,000.
No, did it?
The Model X cost
the Model X.
that cost $100,000. Would you move it? Thank you. But not all Teslas cost $100,000. This costs 37. So that's
Okay.
significantly more affordable than, say, Panda.
No, Chewy, maybe.
So I think it's, when I bought the Model 3 the first time, I had to make a lot of sacrifices.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't spending money on a bunch of frivolous things as much. I was just being able to sacrifice so I could afford the monthly payment, which was the highest I'd ever seen it. And we just got used to it. And it's so much, in fact, that Yosh thought she could buy a $100,000 car. She's like, I think I could do that. But it, if she hadn't had the Model Y, she wouldn't have been able to experience a payment of that size.
Yeah, but do you think she would go to anything else now? No.
Well, we didn't think we'd have the Model X. Maybe we go get a Roadster.
What's the Roadster?
That's the Tesla Roadster is their like Lamborghini. It's like their super sports car.
Oh, you don't want one.
I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm more interested in FSD, but we never thought that we could afford these type of luxury items. There's that silver right there. You see it?
Is that it?
Crossing it? Yeah.
Oh, well, that one look okay. It was another. What silver is that one?
I want to say that's the Quicksilver.
But those blue.
See, that's the
red?
stealth gray right there.
Where?
Right there.
This?
Oh, that's the blue.
That's a blue. I don't like
You know
that
I'm
one.
color deficient.
Oh, I forgot.
It looked gray from over there.
No, that was blue. Maybe. But
I
that
thought
one
it
I
would've
don't
been nice.
like. I didn't like that one. The red I don't. The white, the black, and maybe the gray.
But when you think about how safe these things are, when it's able to drive itself, imagine if I'm able to send this to you to go pick you up, to go get what you need, go to CVS, go to HEB or whatever, and then have it drop you off safely and then come back to my house? What's the value of that? What's the value of that?
That would be awesome.
You know, and that's where Tesla's working on. And as you can see, we're close. Like, I really haven't done anything besides help it through the gate, and took over when it was at the drive-thru, because it didn't, it went through the drive-thru, but it didn't see the drive-thru thing. Those are the only times I've really touched the vehicle. And
You
to
touched
park.
it when we went to the drive-thru?
I had to stop it.
Oh, okay.
And then I drove it to the road.
Oh.
But for the most part, this thing is doing everything by itself.
Yes, it is.
But it doesn't need me to supervise it in most situations.
It's turning.
Of course it is.
Oh my goodness. Okay. It's just know the nicks and nannies that it takes to get me home, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes from home. Yeah, it's awesome though. I'm comfortable, very comfortable with it. I ain't jumping and been with T and them, I'd have been all over the place. Monica too. But this is very safe, very, because what's it seeing right now? That car coming right here.
Mm-hmm. You see it on the thing. It's seeing everything. The car coming from over there, and it just handles it. It does exactly what a human would do. If the human had supervision, 8 eyes, and absolute precision, it's a superhuman driver, ultimately.
Look at that.
Is it going to handle this construction okay?
I think it will.
Well, I've experienced it already today, so I know it will. But can it do it over and over and over
Of course,
again?
right?
Well,
What if the construction was fixed and you come back? I mean, is it like a memory, or
I think it just handles the situation as it approaches
sees
it. Yeah.
Chewy, if you don't sit down, you hurt my leg.
All right, so this light is out. It wasn't out earlier, so basically you
But
got to
it's
treat it
not
like a
out.
stop sign.
Exactly. Oh, this wasn't out?
It wasn't out earlier, like
What?
when I was coming over. At least I guess I'll check the tape, but I don't remember it blinking.
Because I
when
thought
I
it was
first
a
came
caution
here.
light. No. But it brought us home the best way.
You don't even think about it.
No.
And it like when you get into a building that's multi-stories and you have to take the elevator, there used to be a person operating that elevator, right? You used to just watch them hand crank people up to different floors.
Right.
But now you just press a button and you expect it to work. That's what it's going to be like when you're using this and you're in a car. You don't expect to die.
So where's the Tesla's headquarters?
They have in Austin.
Really?
The main headquarters is in Austin. They have the engineering headquarters.
In Austin?
So you watch, it's going to want to park it right here because this is the fuse, right?
Yeah.
So it would let you out here and let you.
Oh, and it was going on around by itself.
Exactly. Once you.
You just backed it in yourself.
Nope. I let it do it.
Oh, you picked a spot?
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh my God. Oh, that's wonderful.
Just like that.
Oh my goodness.
One take.
I couldn't have backed it up no better myself.
All right. We've had a wonderful time visiting Ma. Chewbacca has been ripping and running all over this apartment complex. And now it's time to go home and feed him. Let's see if our AI student driver can get us home safely. It's been doing pretty wonderful today. But let's see if it can finish the job. We shall get another opportunity to traverse this parking lot, which it is going super slow. There's a lot of phantom situations going on, it feels like. Coming to a complete stop there for no reason. But I'd rather it be safe than sorry. Especially as long as it doesn't require me to move it. I don't really care how fast it goes as long as I'm not in control, right? So as we turn this corner, it feels like it's like seeing it for the first time. And now we've reached another almost complete stop. There is a person there. That's nice. You know, as long as we're not hitting anything, hitting any cars. But it does feel like the vehicle is navigating this for the first time. Like if you were to creep in a dungeon and you don't know what's around the next corner. That's what it feels like. It just feels unsure, to say the least. Stopping, making sure everything is good before it proceeds. I doubt it'll handle this gate any better, but we'll see what it do. All right, so we're at the stop here. It's not close enough to trigger the gate. So we get up a little bit closer with the accelerator press. The gate is now proceeding to be open. Object in path detected. Take over to proceed. The gate is open. And this is not abating, so we're going to proceed through it. And now it's taking over. It really, like, you have to hit the accelerator to get it through that gate. And if you ease off that accelerator, you will stop. So it's obviously not comfortable enough to proceed through that gate in particular. But it is just quite amazing that it knows that the road to the right is still closed, under construction. Getting out of that apartment would be difficult for the average human, right? They'll figure it out, but if it's the first time you've seen it, I wouldn't be surprised there's humans that have accidentally turned down that road. So, in any different given segment of that road, but RAI student drivers fully capable of handling this level of construction. We didn't catch any of the games. Ma doesn't really subscribe to live TV now that we've cut the cord at her house, so she has her channels. She's watching In the Heat of the Night, you know, on repeat, ER, whatever she's feeling at the time. What were we watching as we left? We were watching Alien Romulus on Hulu. She thought it was boring, and I was like, you just haven't watched it far enough. And then, you know, obviously those plucky kids, they were getting in trouble. And we've got a green light. We are proceeding. And now, you know, she's still got a little bit of the movie left before we have to bounce. But I also told her to watch Prey. Should be on Hulu as well. And I'm a big fan. Like, I love Sigourney Weaver in Aliens. Alien 3 is okay too with the Marines. Game over, man. Game over. I don't even, is that Aliens? That might have been Aliens. Either way, I like the franchise. And Predator's not, I mean, I'm okay with Predator 2, but if I had to pick one, it's obviously Aliens. I'm on Team Alien. But she should have a pretty good night with her Popeyes and movie night. But we got to feed Chewbacca, and there's just so many Teslas with these brand new plates. It's taken Houston by storm, for real. Just by what I've seen today, so many new paper-plated Teslas, so many old Teslas. Hopefully they're utilizing FSD properly, and we can start to remove this human element out here on this freeway. Mom's main compliment is that it drives smoother than her kids. I'd imagine all of us. For me, for sure. But the rest of the kids, no doubt, have their own quirkiness when they're on the road. So that's her biggest thing, is that she felt safe. She trusted it, as was her words. So glad. It just takes some time, some exposure. So I know if we ever reach when we reach an unsupervised level of this software, I can banish it, I can send it to her, bring it back to me, all willy-nilly. She won't have any, qualms about getting in the vehicle. She wouldn't mind getting in the back seat, because already with this exposure, she is trusting the software. Not a lot of hiccups. The gate is probably the major thing. But, I mean, if they can solve U-turns, we can drive at high speeds on the highway. I'm pretty sure we can handle these gates. What else did I have to, parking. We got an emergency vehicle in the HOV lane. It's always interesting to see how our AI student driver will react. It's not going to impact us in any way, but hopefully we're picking up some of these audio signals. So, what else happened on the drive? Nothing crazy. We saw one driver weaving in and out of traffic. That'll probably be my bad scenario of why we need our AI student driver to become a professional driver and eliminate the human element of driving. Remove us from the equation, and more people will be alive on a yearly basis, without a shadow of a doubt. So that was bad. I mean, to me, the good, there's gonna be moments where it ceases to surprise me. And I'm already becoming accustomed to not having to take over. And eventually they're going to remedy the moments I have to take over. I imagine if you're going through the drive-thru, what are we gonna have? Drive-thru recognition, right? Knowing where the box is. And even still at that Popeyes, there was like a menu place and then another menu place with the speaker. I mean, there's just some things that I don't really expect the software to be capable of doing. But it definitely identified the drive-thru and got us in there. So that's something I've seen it go through drive-thrus before, but the functionality, that's gonna be, to me, that's like, I don't know. How does it, I guess you tell it when to stop and when to proceed after you pay. I don't know. But either way, I'm with the shits. I'm all for it. Like, they got some of the brightest minds in that Tesla AI room. I won't question what they can and can't do. I'm just here for the ride. Looks like we're gonna take frontage in a little over 2 miles. that was my first real big challenge when it comes to caloric discipline. That's what we're gonna call it, caloric discipline. Mom ordered enough chicken to last her at least the rest of the night, hopefully. I mean, you got 4 pieces of chicken, 4 tenders, 4 sides. I guess she assumed I was going to be helping her eat it. That is not the case. I got I got so many fine dishes in Japan to eat. I can sacrifice a little bit until we depart. But as of right now, we're gonna have to have some iron discipline. And that was my biggest challenge. I could have easily been in the comfort of my mother, eating wonderful Popeyes. Well, she said she didn't like the Popeyes. It wasn't good, but it's crazy how people order these things. And I guess when you got advertising that shows delicious Popeyes, because she requested it, but then when she got it, it wasn't what she desired, you know, but she's still gonna eat that food, I'd imagine. Nah, I'm done having, I gotta get back down. The goal is to see if I can get into a significant fighting shape that resembles what it looked like when I was in my 20s. That would be nice, you know. Where'd that guy go? I kind of lost him over the past couple of decades. So we're gonna try to find him. And that was my biggest test, was it would have been just easy to eat that Popeyes, but we're good. We're good. I mean, my biggest goal, like when it comes to that, is I'd like to go 40 days, 40 nights without eating anything solid. You know, just water fast. You know, I probably have coffee and you know, salt and things of that nature, just to keep me from losing my mind, or you know, just helping my body transition. You know, the most I've gone is 7 days. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 7 days is the longest I've gone without any food. Just water fast, basically water, coffee, tea, 7 days. I'd love to go 40, just to be the ultimate reset button for your body. You know, letting your body feed on itself, the macrophages cleaning up all of the debris in your body that can be misconstrued. And you know, I'm a firm believer that a lot of cancer probably could be solved with fasting. You know, it's a stretch, right? But I think there's something to it, allowing your body to feast on all of the, you know, sludge in your body, you know, expelling it or using it for fuel. But I'm a big proponent of fasting, and basically we've started today. So I'm gonna continue on that path and, you know, try to up my activity by using FSD to see the people I love, expose them to the technology, and you know, use my willpower not to consume alcohol or, you know, other toxins, right? Enough of that. I mean, our AI student driver is just immaculate. This is insane, right? And back there is kind of where our AI student driver would have trouble if we were exiting 99 and hitting this road. It would, you know, get in that left-hand turn only lane. So obviously it didn't need to get to the very far left of this lane, as it was, you know, going to be merging back over here. But again, if it's smooth and seamless, to me, those are minuscule issues that'll, you know, just get worked out over time. all in all, it's been a wonderful day for FSD. We're not completely done yet. I don't want to count these chickens before they hatch, but I just don't see it messing up too often. And when it does, it is a surprise to me. So I don't know, is there an ugly? I guess the gate would be my ugly for FSD right now. It's probably the most apparent dysfunction of the software today. But everything else has been absolutely smooth, right, Chewbacca? Absolutely smooth. This is the this is the version we want. We have a police vehicle right there. Didn't have the lights on, but it definitely was moving with a purpose. But this is the version you want people not familiar with FSD. You want them using this software. That obviously, whenever you relinquish this amount of control in the vehicle, we're going to be turning left up here, which is interesting. So we got the light, we got the turn signal on. We make the left turn. So if you use the software for the first time, but this is the most smooth, the safest version of the software. I mean, it's the latest and greatest for me, so it makes sense that it's the smoothest and safest version as well. There's no hitch in this giddy up, so I think I have no problem putting people that have never experienced the software in the driver's seat. My mom, she would not, she's like, nah, I'll just hold Chewbacca. And I was like, all right. But most people, I'm going, you know, if you really don't feel comfortable, then I won't do it. But if there's any goading that if you start inching toward the driver's seat, you will be experiencing the supervision portion. So, but anybody that is in the seat, back seat, passenger seat, driver's seat, and you're like, that's what the car sees? My mom is just fascinated with the visualization that the car provides, right? How accurate it is to the millisecond. A car pulls up, you see it. A car at the light is moving through the intersection, you see it. How much it sees it just sends her into pure amazement, pure joy. Adds to her level of comfort, but man. There's the cop that was speeding. He didn't get too far. Anyway, as long as the law ain't trying to get me, I think we'll be all right. So we'll go home, maybe catch the tail end of this. I want to say it's the Ravens Steelers, maybe. We'll see who wins the AFC North, if that game hasn't already concluded. We kind of had an abrupt stop right here. Car behind us. There was a vehicle going into the Dollar General and this, I want to say, apartment complex. So a little extra congestion, but our AI student driver handles it perfectly. Not tailing the vehicle in front of us, but giving us enough leeway so that the vehicle behind us can make their adjustment. It's wonderful. A lot of good questions from Ma. You know, she's inquisitive to a degree, right? She had to get a little comfortable, a little camera shy in the beginning, if you couldn't tell. But you know, she really hit her stride after she picked up her pills, asking legitimate questions. And then we had a little brief discussion on Amazon pharmacy, you know, being able to get your medication delivered. A lot of people are doing that, right? The medication delivery isn't anything special, but if Amazon does it, you got these certain guarantees, you got the consistency. It's the ability to shut down all those that are delivering medications and then put CVS's Walgreens out of business for show. You know, it's an interesting prospect, but she trusts our AI student driver much more than she would if Amazon were delivering her medications, which says a lot. You know, but it wouldn't take much, you know, to renew some confidence in what Amazon had. I'm curious, like, how many people would actually use Amazon for medications that they depend on, you know, so that they can function in society, you know, prevent major health issues. I mean, your package gets stolen, gets lost, or whatever. Like, what's the return? Like, how fast can they refill it and get your medicines to you? I'm curious. Amazon Pharmacy could be a thing. Obviously, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, retail giant it is. This is so smooth, right? That Toyota, I believe that's a Toyota that was next to us. It didn't seem like it was eager to proceed. Our AI student driver just slowed down ever so slightly, giving it the hint, right, that it needs to, we're trying to go left, right? Just subtle nuances that in versions past you just didn't think it capable, but now it's doing it like it's secondhand, you know, like it's so normal for it, like it doing these maneuvers, executing these maneuvers with the subtlety of an expert driver, the assertiveness of a professional. Yeah. Had a pretty full FSD day. So there really isn't more. Like, I don't expect us to have any problems when we approach this light. Probably end it there. I mean, we've had a lot of time on the road with FSD. We've had Chewbacca, the co-pilot. He kind of gave up his co-pilot seat when Ma jumped in the car. They shared it. How about that? They shared the co-pilot seat. I don't know. We love this thing. My mom is on board. I'm on board. We need Chewy to make his ma make his ma use it a little bit more, but I don't know. Shoot, in due time. When I'm in the car, she definitely feels like I feel safer with the FSD engaged. So I think she does it to appease me. The real question is, when is she gonna start doing it because she wants to do it? So she enjoys it, but you can tell she's not enjoying it as much as I. So oh, it's gonna be tough these next couple of months. No more big bottle liquor store. We're gonna try to be good. We're gonna try to make this work and lose as much weight as we can. Get as healthy as we can, make sure that we are fit and ready to walk the mean streets of Tokyo and all the surrounding regions and districts. So again, this is pretty flawless day with FSD. That's all I got for you today. Be easy.